Hello everyone, this is Katja Eckhart and I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Tonight I wanted to tell another bedtime story, just a brief anecdote about something out of my experience that I hope you'll find interesting. Today we had in the southwest some very much needed rain, and so most of the day was gray and overcast, which is unusual here, but it was nice actually because usually at this time of year it's so hot, and so it was a welcome relief, and you could see how the desert really responded to that. The plants needed the moisture, and so they were taking that in, and they even look a little greener after they get a good rainfall. And so it started to remind me of gray, the color, which is actually my favorite color. Tonight I'm wearing a gray ensemble because that's good for the theme I want to talk about tonight a little bit. So why is gray my favorite color? Well, there are several reasons that I like it. A lot of people think it's kind of a somber color, but I find it very peaceful and very serene. It is not going to either extreme of black or white, which are also colors that I like very much and try to incorporate into my wardrobe and fashion sense, but gray is more serene, more peaceful, and when you think about it, often it brings that kind of serenity and peacefulness into your mind. So what I wanted to do tonight is just recount a brief experience about that I thought you might find interesting. I remember many years ago when I was much younger and I was dealing with a lot of difficult things in my life and certain challenges that had to do not just with my sexuality and also with my desire to express my feminine side and the difficulty of doing that in the society that I grew up in, but there were other things that I can't even remember all of them now that were part of being a young person, and I'm sure that some of those things have not changed. It's very difficult to try to find your way in this world. So I remember one time I was at my parents' home, and I got up very, very early in the morning, and I was old enough to drive, and so I got into my car at the time, which was a bright yellow Honda Civic, a very small car, but it was a nice car at the time. And I remember my parents lived in a very rural area, so I took a drive out on a country road to out into the even further into the countryside, and I came to this church, and it was not the sun had not come up yet, and I remember that I was very distraught and very upset or just very stressed out about something. And so I went to that place, and all of a sudden I felt very quiet. As I said, the sun hadn't come up yet, but I felt very quiet, and then very slowly, that first light that maybe many of you know from your own experience, before the sun comes up, there's the first light. It's not yet dawn, but there's a kind of a gray layer that spreads all over everything, and the shadows begin to fade. I remember feeling very, very calm then, and just waiting. And as everything came more slowly, very slowly into focus, I felt that certain things that I was worried about maybe came into focus, and I didn't worry about them as much as I did. I didn't really have an answer. I still don't have an answer to a lot of it, but I didn't worry about it as much. And so maybe that was something that first made clear to me why I like the color gray so much and why I choose to wear it. Sometimes the best way to understand gray is just to think about it, just to be quiet and to think about it. As I said, when I think about gray, I often feel very serene, and it makes me feel very peaceful. So that's really all I had to say tonight, and I wanted to thank everybody for spending a little time with me this evening. Again, thank you to all of those of you who've been watching my videos and some of the very kind comments you've made. I really do appreciate them. But I hope that everybody will have a good night, and maybe that everybody will have a gray night in a good way. That means that everybody, I hope, will be peaceful and happy and sleep well, so that tomorrow when you wake up, maybe things will look better and you'll feel more at ease with whatever it is that you have to deal with. So until next time, this is Katya saying good night. Thank you.